We have the third round of the Youth World Championship ongoing. We can see that in this match between Uida, who is a Chinese player, and Maxim, I believe it's Maxim Matravelli from Russia, is an ongoing game. Players are being very quick. They do not spend a lot of time on thinking so far. So, in an interesting position, with White advantage, White having the tempo, it's an interesting game. It could be an interesting game for sure. Right now, Uida needs to be careful not to make any early mistakes. And in the central match of the third round of the Youth World Championship, we have Maciej Holub opening to Jakub Horak. We already have the opening and as well the swap to. This is the original opening. It's Artur Tamiolas, the world champion of 2009. It's his one of his signature openings, shifted. Normally, it used to be from age 8. It's shifted a bit now, which changes the mechanics of this opening a bit. And this is the swap to played by Jakub Horak. Again, I feel like he played it a bit too quick. It looks interesting. Multiple lines have to be considered. Matej Holub is one of the players that like to take their time more. Although this time he was quick to play here on G7 with White. It's not a bad move, but he's really gonna need to be on top of his game to win here because it's easy to make a mistake in such situations and get yourself surrounded very much in the center. So some careful playing is needed from him, and I keep seeing that there's a lot of moves here ongoing. So I'm not sure these two are playing as if I don't know as if they had only a very short time left to play. Well, what was that? It could not be that one. Had to be something different. This had to be played. Yeah, like this. Block from above. This. This. Insane speed for them. Yeah. These two younglings should really value their given 30 minutes more, in my opinion. This is just not going the way they wanted it to, in my opinion. But the Chinese player seems to be very well prepared. He has been very quick so far, and he has another winning position here. Once he plays this forward, then this one, this comes wherever it comes, then this one, and then the win is here. So it's already game over. I'm not sure why they are rushing that much. Look at that. Maxim used 3.5 minutes of his time. Wida used barely more than a minute, 1.5 minutes almost. This is just crazy to me. What's the rush for? Anyhow, this game is over. Fair and square. It's already over. So Jakub decided to play real quick a g8. see that it's a more properly played game, may I say. I don't know, if you sit down to play with 30 minutes time control, you might as well use it. You're there already, right? So anyhow, they were playing very fast and it ended very fast, so bit weird. Well, since that game is already over, maybe let's just pick another one to check. This is obviously over. No defense at all. So it's some Chinese Zayu Ding, assuming I say it pronounce it correctly, versus Zhang Zipeng, and there was a color choice. Oh, okay. So same opening. This one. There was a color choice. This is not the proper move. This game is also over. What's going on in this third round? So this is the original opening. This move was picked, and now it's over. There's no defense. Normally, the theory would be to play this move, and then they continue. Sorry, to play like this. This would be the main theory of the opening. Misclick. So from here there are a couple of possible branches. It's an interesting opening. Regardless, it's now over because a different first move was chosen, which means that Zhang Zipeng is gonna pack an easy point here. So maybe the next game we have Rauno Lena versus Libor Krejcir. It's an interesting game. Okay, this is still an alive game, so probably this was played here. Don't know if there was a swept to or not. Probably not, because this has been played. Libor Krejcir with black pieces having a great position because this would be the next move to come, and then this is the standard tower for the opening, and here multiple lines. It's a very balanced absolute draw opening. It requires immense skills to make a win for either color here. It's so drawish. But because of the alternation to this line, Black is now tremendously advantageous. So Libor Krejcir has a great position against Raunolena, and he might be able to get a good win from this position. It's a good and interesting position between Matej Holub and Jakub Horak. And as I've mentioned, Matej Holub likes to take his time. He has spent already 9 minutes in this game. He's white. He chose white after the swap 2. He's thinking on his next move. He has a couple of possibilities. I feel like this move was rushed from him. I feel like he was a bit quick there, but it may not backfire. We shall see. We shall see actually. I would have probably chosen black. That's why I feel like it was a rushed decision. Overall, the composition of stones, white for white, it would be hard, really hard to attack there in the central area because of the surrounding black stones. You can see this one, this one, this one. It's surrounding it really well. So this is not a bad positional move, and in Blitz Gomoku, this would be perfectly fine. I feel like the answer from Kuba Horak was on spot. I really like his move. I would have moved the same as well. It's looking great to him. And now an interesting, a very interesting decision from Mate Holub. He decides to let this tree loose because, yeah, possibly no direct attack. However, he needs to count with indirect attacks as well. So I was expecting this, but instead this came, and yes, now the direct attacks are not that useful. Still, this would be a pretty strong move, but let's state the fact that white has no threat whatsoever. So so black can play a move like this, for instance. It looks also really good. Even if this move comes, you go there, block it, block the attempt, and you're still in a nice position. Something else can be for sure also considered. Maybe okay, I don't want to overline myself, but maybe this, because now if this gets blocked, you go up in the middle. White cannot attack because of the counter. And if you go low, that's simply this. So it looks like this G11 could be the best move for Jakub Horak. At least for now, I evaluate it to be the best move, but he has probably multiple advantageous moves to choose from. He picked F9, which was my first idea, and it also looked good to me. It would probably be my second choice after this quick evaluation. Yeah, after this quick evaluation, G11 is my first choice and F9 is my second. That's what I'm thinking. So right now, obviously, Mate Holub has to play h9, and then Kubahorak may not even need to play h7 to not give extra stones. We have said, we have established that that's not a good thing. Maybe he can play g10 simply, because if this move follows, he can go below, maybe even above. Can he go above? Kind of looks like he may be able to, but I wouldn't risk it if I was him, because this looks bad. Looks really bad. Yeah, something like this. But also playing h7 with the 3 is not something that looks bad to me. Moving back to the game between Rauno Lena and Libor Krejcir. This move has been played once Rauno realized his situation after this mistake. Libor continues the offense here. He has an advantageous position for sure, but he's gonna need to work out a winning attack here. He needs a winning attack. And he cannot be too careless. There's a lose two for white. If white gets some resources, could be used. Could be used. So black needs a precise finish. A very precise one. And now he has well, I'm assuming this block is coming either ways, so now Rauno is on the move. However, after that, I believe with 23 and a half minutes, Libor Krejcir needs to devise his offensive plan quite well. This will be the time when you should not make a mistake. Meanwhile, we have still this interesting position. Of course, Maciej Holub found age 9. No surprise there. Absolutely no surprise. This looked like the only possible move for him to even have the chance to survive. I'm favoring g10 here, but also playing h7 is not looking that bad. Black has the advantage. Kuba Horak in a favorable position against his compatriot. These two have been completing in several tournaments already. Jakub Horak is a multiple times, 3 or 4 times UFA champion, and he also got into the final of the last World Championship. I'm talking about the adult one, the big one, not the youth one. He was also in the final last year in Budapest. He's a great player, a young talent with a lot of skills. Matej Holub is also a strong player. He has been the vice champion of Czechia a couple years back, as I've mentioned in the previous round. Both youngsters have great set of skills. Right now, the advantage belongs to Jakub Horak. He's on the move. He needs to find some good offensive combination to build a win from this position. He's definitely capable. He has 21 and a half minutes. He's gonna surely use it. Let's check some other games. What do we have here? We have Luo Mingyan versus Misha S. I believe that stands for Mikhail Sidorov, but yes, it's Mikhail Sidorov, a young talent. He's good at Renju as well. I know him from Renju. He's 18 years old. He's talented. He's a good player overall with a good set of skills. Maybe he's a bit too local because of his Renju origins. Overall, in this position, Black's turn Black has an advantageous position that's clear as the sky on a bright summer day. Black needs to find a way to advance to this area, to this top central area, build something there, because that's the spot where Black has the most chances to build something. I'm fancying this move. It's f12. It looks really good to me, but a lot of other possibilities like g11, also a bit more passive g8 can be imagined. It wouldn't be unheard of. I don't see a direct way to attack here, so I would just keep being indirect in this kind of situation. What else do we have? We have Michal Tolar, who played that crazy game we could see in the previous stream against Christian Lena. Now it looks like Michal is in some trouble. He's on the move, but White has a great build, a great foundation for an attack here. That's definitely a very strong White pattern that you can recognize here in this area. It looks like let's see who it is, Kaur Kaliola, an 18-year-old Estonian player. It looks like he's in a good position. He used his 70 minutes, almost 70 minutes, very well in this game so far. It's never too early for a young player to learn to use their time well, to manage their time well. In this one, we have Petr Podolsky, who has participated in the last Gomoku World Championship in Budapest, but he was in the B tournament, not in the final, of course. And he's also an upcoming young talent of the game, playing against Ondra, who I am sadly unfamiliar with. In this game, we can recognize the same opening that the Chinese player is playing. Petr Podolsky likes this opening as well. And it looks like to me that Ondra chose black and there was no swap to. That's what I feel like that happened because White's position is immense. It's overwhelming. There's nothing black can do in this game. It looks like a different move was played. So let's take a moment and check how this went out. So this was played eventually. And Libor Kreitzer decided that he's gonna defend here in this area. He does not want to risk an attack there. Therefore he plays h5. Now it doesn't look super threatening for White. I believe that White, even though still at disadvantage, White has now some chances to survive in this game. For example, some very passive move like g9. That's what I believe could happen. Some very passive lines, but different setup. And Libor Kreitzer answers really quick here. He should not rush. He has still 21 minutes almost. His opponent below 13 already. Libor needs to appreciate the time he has and think a bit because maybe this was not the best move. This could have been considered, for example. Regardless, this is their current position. Let's see what else we have. Jakub Horak made his decision. Is G10 a brilliant move from Jakub Horak? He's playing quite well in this game so far. Maciej Holub is in some trouble. They are on similar time. Maciej is slightly below 16 at the moment, and Jakub Horak on 16 and a half minutes. As I have mentioned, this was a likely from Mikhail Sidorov because of his rather passive Ranju style. And we can see that Luo Mingyan offered the draw again. He may have a bet with his friends that he needs to get a draw in this World Championship. Otherwise, I have no idea why he keeps offering draw in the games. Overall, though, it's not a bad position for Black for sure. But Black needs to be careful at the same time not to be too lenient. Precision is always necessary in such situations. There are multiple possible continuations. What I'm imagining is he's gonna play either here or here. What is this? F11, yeah. F11 or E11 is what I'm expecting him to do. Most probably it's gonna be F11. And then we can see how they continue. It looks like it could be a long game as well. Especially after such passivity. Launo Reina, Rauno Lena still thinking here on his next move. He is taking his time quite well, maybe even more than necessary, which is the other end. Could lead to some time troubles. Oh, we have the next move from Maciej Holub, the expected move on the board, age 11. Jakub Horak quickly blocks from age 8. I feel like even blocking from above would not be losing. Like, this would not be losing. But it's very complicated, it's complex, and it gives white a chance to survive at the very least. And this move, on the contrary, is super advantageous. Super advantageous for black. Which means that Kuba Horak's chances for a win are great. Absolutely great. Super good chances for this great young Czech player. Decisions been made, and Libor Krejci here again, very quick. Where's he rushing for? Maybe he is very hungry and wants to go have lunch. Otherwise, I'm not really sure. They're not bad moves, but they're not necessarily the very best moves, and it would definitely not hurt him to spend some time and think on the position. After all, he was given a sure win after this mistake on I8. Now it's more interesting because at the moment white has some lines, and white can do something maybe with them. But it's up to Rauno to see if anything can be done at this stage of the game. I'm thinking some quick combination. There's clearly no win here. There's a block here. But if this block would come, then it would be a win. You can see that there is one here and there is another one here. But this would save as well as it would give white a lot of defensive opportunities. Even if it gets a bit surrounded to the edge of the board, I'm expecting this continuation from the young Estonian player right now. Meanwhile, an even more passive E11 followed from Mikhail Sidorov, a block from outside on G9, and it's very passive. After all, Luo Mingyan may get his wished draw that he has been offering so often. It's a passive position. Black still has tempo, white has really nothing in this game. But at the moment, black also doesn't have a lot going on. Maybe I-10 is coming from the players, from the Chinese player, and then depending on the position, a passive J8 could be imagined, J9, sorry. But a different move is coming, H10 it is. Oh no, H11, 11. H11. Well, to this move you can have multiple answers really. I would prefer J9 or J11 because you want to keep it positional. You can't play too local. If you play too locally, the position becomes too drawish, and that's not fun. At least not for me, or not for those who want to win. This move, F3, arrives from Rauno Lena against Libor Krejci here, which means that he is not playing this 3, which on the other hand means that Libor Krejci can take advantage of the situation. Proceed with an attack even. But fingers crossed he's not gonna play that fast now. He's gonna carefully think, but nope. He wants to play quickly. A passive move on D3, blocking the situation. This game might end as well as a draw, given their way of building. It's going very passively between the two of them for now. Well, some decision being made by Maciej Holub, and now it's up to Jakub Horak to find his win. I believe he has one. Let's take a look at their position real quick. This move's been played already. This combination looks pretty great to me. Maybe just this one, also not bad. So many options for black and so little chance for white. Up to Jakub Horak now, but It's a very very strong position for sure. I would prefer this move. Maybe not play the three because I don't see a direct win. Eh, So I do not consider this combination better than simply playing here. Therefore, I would simply play d8 without d9. But again, a lot of possible strong combinations for Jakub Horak. And he has a little less than 14 minutes to come up with his plan, and then he has to execute it. Oh no, he does not need that much time. Kuba Horak plays d8 very quickly, almost as if he would hear me, which is of course impossible. Um, you should know that players of the UEFA Championship are kept in like together in one room per country, usually, typically, and they are supervised by coaches. So obviously the stream is not displayed there. But he's really fast and he's playing the great moves. That indirect move in the previous game against Luo Mingyan, and now this nice d8. Well, it was not by accident that he is rather a multiple times UEFA champion. And here something went south real quick because some quick mistake must have happened as Mikhail Sidorov won this game with a little nothing here. Luominga must have overlooked a three or a simple one move threat. That's the only thing I can imagine. Regardless, the winner is the Russian player. This draw offers, my god. Some development that is between Raunalena and Libor Krejcir. Let's try to recreate the position here. It looks like this to me. Oh yeah, this is their position. Passive, drawish position. Still, Black has the better position, in my opinion at least. But, oh, a trap. Raunolena is trying to threaten his opponent. Let's see if he can succeed. Of course, the trap is here set on e3. Unlikely that Libor will miss it, and he is not. He blocks it on c5. He was alarmed, and now probably this move is coming. At least I would be surprised if not. Yes, Raunolena quickly plays f10. Most probably this move is coming from Libor Kreitzer, and then the position is becoming more and more drawish. Although Libor has a significant time advantage due to his quick moves. Oh yeah, d10 on the board. A decision from Maciej Holub, rather quick one. A rather quick one. Is there a direct win already for Jakub Horak? Hmm. This definitely needs some thinking. But there could be a direct win already there. Looks like it's gonna be a longer combination. Doesn't necessarily looking the easiest. Okay, what if we start like this? Overline. Well, there will be a cut, but let's see if it's still good for anything. Because these are valuable extra stones, you can see. So this has to be for the defense, and then I can see that there is gonna be a win for black. This is what Kubohorak needs to find in this game now. This continuation and finish here. Looks like a really good combination, but it's long. It's long. It was easier for me because I could click my ideas, experiment it, see how it would turn out. For him, it's much harder. He has to calculate all of that in his mind. He played this move first. No difference if he continues like this. Meanwhile, here's some more development. A passive position. Libor Kreitzer is the next to make a move. As of now, not a lot of chances left for black to launch something very good. White gained some traps, some opportunities to trap his opponent, but nothing too superior, nothing that could not be defended. And also, Rauno Lena has only 3 minutes, with his opponent Libor Kreitzer has 14. Let's see if any other game is still ongoing. The one between Michal Tolar and Kaur Kalyor is still ongoing. And it looks like, yep, there's a brilliant combination for white that has a win. I cannot, it would take too much time to click it, but if you can follow my cursor, if this block gets played on the right side, 4 gets played, 4 gets blocked, right? Then you play this one, this diagonal 3 here on h2, block in the middle, you can go above, down, doesn't matter. Then this 3 gets played, this diagonal 3, and then the finish is here. If the block comes from black on the left side right now, then the win is simpler. You simply play this first, or just simply here, then there is a win here, plus on this diagonal line. Overall, the block on the right side should appear because it's longer, maybe a bit harder, but overall it's a well executed white win from that pattern exactly. A good finish from Kaur Kalyo, a nicely played win from the Estonian player. See what we have here, quick moves again from Raul Lena and Libor Krejcir. Passive position. Unless a big mistake happens, I expect this game to finish with a draw. Although there is a considerable space available on the board, I just, for now at least, I cannot see one of them rise above the other. Therefore, it should be a draw. Alright. Alright, Kubahora continues his attack. They are on the same time, 640, 630. We have reached the end game in the central match of the third round in the UEFA Championship 2024, held online on Vinte. Let's see if Kubahora can finish this one. I believe he can. He should be more than able to. This attack he launched is obviously due to the fact that he calculated the lines and he sees the finish. So the block on the left is the easier one. Karkalyor just needs to play either here or above. He chooses the direct line, which is perfectly fine. If he keeps on playing Gomoku, he will get used to playing the indirect one because it's faster. For now, the direct one perfectly fine. It's anyways just one move longer, and it's a nice win from the young Estonian player against the young Czech one. Another couple of quick moves between Rauno and Libor. Position is more and more drawish. I'm wondering if at some point one of them is just gonna offer it or they want to fill the entirety of the board. But here the combination ongoing. As mentioned, let me visualize it real quick. What Kuba needs to see now is that, sorry, 4-4, that after this he has a win here on these lines. Actually, this would be also a win. But yeah, either ways, it's a win up above. And this is the only thing he needs to say. And you can see that he is proceeding towards the exact finish. Only a couple of moves left for Jakub Horak to complete this beautiful combination, this great attack, and finish the first day with a full score. Nowhere to go for Maciej Holub. The game is decided. Here Raunolena still tries to use the little space left on the top central area of the board and maybe create something to trick his opponent, although he is very low on time. But some good attempts from the young Estonian. It might be enough to trick his opponent, who has been playing rather passively for the last some turns. Right here we can see the game is over, this two move combination left to be played. The game here is completed with 5 in a row. Jakub Horak won. Well done. Really, he played like a champion in this game. Fabulous gameplay from Kuba Horak. I definitely approve of it. Now this one, just like that, a brilliant attack from the young Estonian Kaur, and his opponent is having a tough time accepting his fate. But when you think about it, there's nothing left there. Meanwhile, here on this board between Raunolena, who has 15 seconds at the moment, and Libor Krejcir, it appears to me a mistake has been made, and Raunolena is going to win this game. He has a win on the board. A quick combination ending in a 4 by 3. A terrific finish. So apparently no draws. No draws. He managed to trick his opponent, who was rushing a bit, in my opinion. Thanks to that, Rauno could set up a trap on the top central part, top left part of the board. And because of his willpower, his mental strength, even with being down to 10 seconds, he got through this game from an awful position, from a very, very black position. Now he's there with a win. Well done by Raun Olena. We could witness two nice Estonian wins in this round. This one by Raun Olena. Great, great fight with being very low on time. Still pushing in the end game. Not settling for a draw. He fought for it and he got what he deserved there. And at the same time, here we can see Kaur Kalyor against Mihal Tolar with a beautiful, beautiful win on the bottom part of the board. See if any other game is still ongoing. The one between Alois Mikes, who is also a Czech player and apparently became streaming as well. You can find him on Gomoku Europe as Gomoku Europe on YouTube. He's playing against Shiyu Chuan, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, hopefully. Um, he's white in the game, and it looks like a lot of stones on the board. Passive position for white. Black attempting to create something there, but not a lot of space for it. So it's up to black whether black can find a tight combination or not. We can see that the Chinese player has 45 seconds, meanwhile Alois, the Czech one, has above 8 minutes. Fours are being played, direct gaming there. Not sure if it was the best decision. Regardless, it was the decision. So, while that's no winner, Agifact comes into play. You can simply play here this one and the edge blocks these three. Therefore, nothing to be worried about for Alois Mikes. He can simply play h2, keep surviving. His opponent low on time could make a mistake any time now. Tiny bit of space left that could still be used. This bottom left corner is all they have for this game, apparently. Either of them has to find a way to trap the other one within that small amount of space. Let's see if one of them can do it. Probably not. Probably it should be a draw, but I've said that for two games already this round, and one of them ended with an early blunder, and in the second one, a hectic gameplay resulted in the other one being able to trap him and eventually win the game. So, bottom line is neither of those games finished with a draw. So, I may say it's time for one. At the same time, we have to see, wait and see. Anyhow, Alois Mikesh on the move right now with white pieces. I imagine he's gonna play here on d6, blocking this tree, then probably block from the left side, and then you can move basically whatever here. No real threats, no big threats. No mistake though, he's doing it well, he's using his time. A mistake at this stage would be crucial. But eventually, it's that one, and he offers draw. Oh, and the block coming from the right side, interesting. Then he needs to block this attempt, stop it from escalating, and after that he should be all fine in the game. Okay, no real threats here, but you can go safe and block it. Won't hurt. Game's anyhow going towards a draw. Okay, different block. Now the Chinese offer draw, but this time Loiza is the one not accepting it. Draw. Game ends with draw. Eventually. So 1 out of 3 indeed ended with a draw. GG's. No reason to risk. It was a draw anyhow. It was a good, interesting round for sure.